I care deeply about Karen. I really respect her. But no matter what, need to make the best decision for me because that's what I'm about to live with forever.
Welcome back to Supernova Traveler. If you are new around here, join our Travel Around the World family. Or if you have been here before, remember to comment, subscribe, and like, as well as share. And continue your journey as we review Married at First Sight, Season 11, Episode 15. Pack your bags. I'm going to be starting with Karen&Miles. I am really tired of watching this abusive relationship, so I just want to get them out the way and move on to better and brighter things. This week, the couples meet up with family members or friends whose opinions they value most to discuss their relationship and to weigh the pros and cons of whether to stay or to divorce. And while I was watching this season or this episode, one, I'm like, oh my God, why are they dragging this on? I'm really tired. But it also reminded me of the first conversation Karen&Miles had when Miles stated that he had 10 serious relationships, but they all ended amicably. And Karen is the type of woman of why those relationships ended amicably. Miles knows what he is looking for, and when things aren't working out, he does eventually leave. And I am seeing throughout this segment that he is over it.
You're going to blame it on me.
Aging me, you know?
You could stand to grow up a little.
Whoa.
Karen, you were so upset on a honeymoon when Miles called you a cougar and really wanted him to stop. Even got Amani on your side. But you're continuously throughout the season making jokes continuously about his age. And you don't see that as an issue. Like, you have so many double standards that is sickening. And it's like one of the simplest of things. So simple.
Want it to like add a bunch of like pressure to us. Or, like...
Karen, the only person adding pressure to this relationship is you. Because you don't understand what going with the flow is. And could you please use other words than like when you're trying to articulate yourself? Because that is extremely poor communication. No one knows what like is if there's no reference. You're not referencing anything. So stop saying like. Please, articulate yourself.
To have that clear mind and that clear conscience that like I did everything in my power there was to do.
Karen, you did nothing. You do not have a clear conscience. Waking up in the middle of the night once or twice to make a meal is not enough. You are a female Zach and you talk in circles and it's not fair. You knew when you saw Miles' Instagram that it probably was not the type of guy for you, and you went through with this anyway and made it the most difficult and challenging task ever. And it's not even getting to know him on a romantic level. You wasn't trying to let him in at all. Like, there was nothing, purposely nothing. You were trying to give nothing and still act as if you were doing something. I don't like that. I don't like it. It's extremely fake. And of course, maybe you had your reasons. Don't join the show. I don't want to see you on TV again.
Knew that going into this that I was going to give it my best shot. And I don't want to go into decision day holding on to any tension or animosity.
Did you all hear what Miles said? He used the word animosity. He is definitely ending this relationship. He is trying to stay cordial. He wants people to be appreciated, but he knows that this is not the relationship for him. And what is so sad is that as he talks throughout this episode, he just seems like all his energy has been drained. And Karen was literally a waste of TV time. And I appreciate that Miles can articulate his feelings without stringing people along with the words like every other word. The word like is a comparison word. Compare something, Karen. Compare something. Miles sits down with his friend, and I feel like he is really starting to understand why he needs to leave Karen. He is literally stating everything he needs to leave Karen while trying to stay a gentleman. And I really hope he leaves. The only thing he has to say nice about Karen is that she can throw down in the kitchen. I know I am an advocate that food is the gateway to the heart and soul, but look, it's going to take a little extra to keep these two together.
She has no idea what I need out of a relationship. Specifically, like I had to break it down step by step.
Look, I'm not forcing anything. I'm not breaking anything down step by step for anyone, especially not for no 4.5 months. You chose the wrong woman. If I meet you and we start to date and I explain to you one time and the rest of the stuff isn't coming to you naturally, you are not meant for me. And it is fine for you to go and find someone else that you are meant for.
Kiss every time you leave this house. Like, that's just not the type of person that I've traditionally been.
Karen, okay. What you have traditionally been has led to you being cheated on and a baby had behind your back after 5 years of a supposed relationship. So, traditionally, obviously not working, maybe you need to change a little bit your perspective and views to make your life a little bit better.
A lot more affectionate, I guess you can say, than me. Like,
Yeah.
Is he really gonna be happy with that?
Why Karen friend look like she lit up like a Christmas tree when she heard Miles was more affectionate? I'm looking like she looking for her an affectionate man, so she might have her eyes on the prize.
If I know your love language, then I can cater to it because I love you and I want to be that person for you.
It seems like Karen's friend should have been married to Miles and not Karen.
I think that she's giving everything she has. Do I think that it's everything that Miles may need? No.
I'm so happy that Karen's friends are keeping it real. They're telling her the things that they've noticed without being too hard on her and without trying to make it her fault, but also explaining the compromise you have to have in a relationship. What I have noticed about this conversation is that they're speaking to her and Karen is like very nonchalant about it, like she doesn't care, and like her mentality is like, well, I'm not doing it, and this is why she doesn't deserve mine.
I mean, you're a very strong, independent woman, so I think it's going to take like an alpha male presence because I don't think you listen.
Again with this alpha male presence.
I mean, I have to feel this energy from you to be like, okay, he gonna give me that look, and I'll be like, you know what, you're right.
Can we all say it together? Therapy.
If you give him that look, he's gonna be like, what do you need? How can I help you?
You kind of want him to be like, this is what it is.
Maybe it's just me, but I think a guy that you love checking in on you and making sure when you have an issue that you can at least talk about it and gain some understanding is better than a man that's just going to tell you what something is. So if your man has a gambling habit, do you expect him to be like, look, ho, it is what it is? I don't know. I don't understand what she's looking for.
And like you said, like, put me in my place sometimes. Like, I need that.
After Karen's conversation with her friends, Miles, please just move on. We are done trying to please Karen. Let her get old with her dog or find that rich football player willing to knock her around a bit and have multiple baby moms behind her back. No offense to football players, but the track record is not so good. So we're reaching the end of their segment, and Karen and Miles are eating dinner, and this woman, someone just put a muzzle on her. Karen, go to therapy and find out why you don't understand masculinity and reroute your definition. I would put a clip, but she was talking in so many circles, it was way too long, and I would have gotten a copyright strike.
Through all of these tough times, taught me like what is super important to me.
What's important to you, Karen?
Someone that gives me like that masculine energy that like I do want to submit to.
Miles looks so checked out in this picture. And to be honest, I'm checked out too. I have a lot more to say about Karen, but I'm done reviewing them. I want them to break up. I want Karen never to be on TV again. She even before she leaves, she calls him kiddo. Like, he can't call you cougar, but you can call him kiddo. Karen, like, honestly, Karen disgusts me as a woman, and I am usually hard on men, but I have to equally be hard on women. Karen is not a catch. She might think she's cute, she might think she has a nice body, but mentally, she's still a child, and she doesn't really know herself, and she really needs to go and learn more about herself. And I know she probably thinks she knows herself, but she doesn't. She doesn't know herself.
All right, kiddo. Husband, stranger.
All right, that's over. Honestly, I don't even want to hear about Karen and Miles on decision day. I just don't feel like listening to Karen talk in circles again. But on another note, my third favorite couple this season is Olivia and Brett. And the only reason why they became one of my favorites is because Brett ended it. He did not drag me through the television scenes of having to watch them force something that wasn't going to happen. And I appreciated Brett. I appreciate it.
My biggest challenge with him is that he doesn't sway or bend a lot.
We witnessed that both from Brett and Olivia, so that's no new news.
I'd like to see him walk away with that higher level of empathy, I guess.
Even Brett's friend doesn't seem that into Brett, but I guess he makes it work.
What was the best part about being married for you?
It was nice to come home to somebody.
Well, goodbye to short-lived dreams, Olivia. Let's go start from scratch. Please be a little bit more flexible next time and less rigid. Amani talks to her friend and lets her know that she loves Woody, and the only issue she can see is that Woody sometimes does not listen, and Woody talks to his grandmother, and he also professes his love and that Amani is perfect for him. Production, of course, wants to keep the audience in suspense, so they keep going around in a circle asking Amani and Woody if they will stay together, and Amani's storyline is about her having slight guard up and that she could still say no on decision day. And of course, Woody's storyline is the unconditional loving husband who doesn't like change and doesn't like surprises, and his expectation is that she's going to say yes because he's done everything he can to make sure that he hears a yes at the end of the day.
I hope you say yes. Maybe you feel like you're talking to deaf ears.
They basically go out to dinner to have one nice night out before separating to different homes. The night before decision day, we find out basically that Woody can't imagine his life without Amani, and if she were to say no, he would probably just walk off stage.
If you surprise me and say no, I probably will flash out.
The end. These two are not getting a divorce, so not much happening.
If I get that decision tomorrow and you tell me no, I'll fuck around and flip over a couch.
See how they left that F-bomb in there? A&E was not expecting Woody to go off that quickly. They couldn't even catch it to bleep it out in time. If you all haven't noticed, you def should have this episode. But Christina and Henry have been sleeping in separate rooms. And the only reason why I think Henry hasn't left is because the apartment is bigger than his place. Christina is a bully. There, I said it. She has been one since day one. I'm all about standing your ground, but she's a bully, and where is she getting all these old people from that are friends? Does she not have any young friends besides the gay guy? It's like her whole life is somewhat fake, and she just has people around, little fluctuations, but she doesn't have anything really solid in her life. And I think she really does have a really hard time cultivating and keeping friendships and relationships. Because if you notice, she's only had that one gay guy that's her friend, and then everyone else she's ever invited to places have been really old people, and I'm not sure if she's paying these people to come or if these are father and mother figures in her life, because she doesn't understand or ever had stability, and because she's never seeked any help, she doesn't know how to cultivate stability and to build relationships. Even the way she talks is really bad. She never says anything positive, and when she tries to say something positive, it doesn't seem like it's coming from a real place, and it's always straggled by something extremely negative. And as far as Henry being someone that feels like you're talking to a brick wall, it's because, Christina, you're a brick wall.
I can't give any more emotion to something that's a brick wall.
We've been watching you the whole season, and you literally have nothing to add to the conversation besides something negative. And anything about your past, you don't even open up about. You say, I don't know. So how's someone's going to open up to you if you don't even open up to them? Henry talks to his friend Kristen, who, I didn't have a good feeling about early on, but, she's a strong friend. And honestly, I believe Henry. I believe Henry when he says lack of communication, because he's tried to communicate with Christina, but anything that is a criticism, Christina just starts breaking down. She doesn't even give people a chance to talk when they're trying to communicate with her. Thus, she breaks down that line of communication.
We just struggle, whether it's like honesty or communication.
Christina and Henry go on a date, and I guess because the restaurant looks romantic, Christina gets in her feelings and starts to rethink her actions.
I know that I was wrong for saying some of the things that I said.
She admits that what she said was wrong and that sometimes she acts out. Can we say immature much? Then she talks about being put in her place.
I'm used to someone putting me in my place.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to understand this concept because I thought everyone were adults here. Henry does not have time for your regrets and suffering, mental abuse, till you can get yourself together. Although we all know Henry is out, he's leaving. There's no rekindling anything, but to each their own. Henry pays Christina one compliment.
You write really well. Like you're no.
Make me cry.
No.
And I don't know about you guys, but I feel like she really overreacted.
Your letter was like, yeah.
Maybe she's just in her feelings because she knows she really messed up this entire season, and she probably really does want to be married. So to see that he has one glimmering hope.
It's just so nice. Thank
Oh,
you.
no, you're welcome.
Of him being or saying something nice had just got her caught up. But this...
I didn't realize that he was noticing these things in me. I think that we're starting to understand and take each other more seriously.
Christina's an actress, okay? I'm sorry, she's an actress. I've been telling you this whole season. She's an actress. She came on this television show because she wanted to extend her career. And this is just how I feel.
Maybe we need time and possibly counseling.
So one romantic date, Christina, and you want to be with Henry? You are right. You need counseling. Separate and go get the help you need. You need a deep dive session. And no man should have to wait for you to mentally mature and understand what you actually want and need from a relationship. You have to do that on your own, Christina. You really do. Hold on, wait. What she mean flip a coin and leave it up to fate? The man literally just said he would move to Virginia with you. Oh, okay. You just joking. Alright, we're doing good. So, Bennett, friends or haters?
I think maybe there are sides of her I've yet to see.
The whole everything you haven't seen.
I don't think they want Bennett to move, but I also think that they do want the best for Bennett. They're not really haters, but they have only been together for 4 months. And people have to remember, when you're dating, especially when you're dating online, or you just meet somebody randomly or by chance, 4 months, you don't know that person. You honestly never really know a person. But it's the difference when you find somebody that you connect to, that you've been friends with for years and that was in the same circle, or that your family may have knew. Since you already have family and friends who knew this person, your family and friends are going to vouch for this individual, so it already has a foundation of trust. Whereas when you meet somebody randomly, you're literally starting from scratch. Of course, their friends are going to stick up for them, but what if their friends aren't telling you the truth? What if their family isn't telling you the truth? So when you're meeting someone from scratch, from online, from a bar, you don't have any type of foundation. so I understand why his friends have concerns. These two are meant for each other. Like, why she too is getting a tarot card reading. Although I think Bennett told Amelia about how his sister did a tarot card reading for him, so then Amelia thought, oh, that's pretty cool, and decided that she was also going to get a tarot card reading. But Amelia's friends seem way more positive in regards to Amelia being married to Bennett, and that's pretty much it in regards to Amelia and Bennett friend talk. Let's move on to Amelia and Bennett in their personal talk. Bennett sets up a living room surprise for Amelia, and he has balloons and she wears a crown. And during this time, he finds out some very unbecoming news in regards to Amelia and applying for the show.
Kind of thought it would be fun to be on a reality show.
You didn't feel ready to be married.
After talking with his friends and to hear this from Amelia and setting up moving to Virginia, this must be an extreme shock for Bennett.
I guess it wasn't really the number one driving force.
At first, when they showed the clips of Amelia stating she didn't know if she wanted to be married or was ready, I thought, Amelia, why you try to go and ruin a good thing with Bennett by saying that? But after evaluation, honestly, Bennett, if you making less than $15,000 a year, as stated in previous episodes when you wish you would have kept a Pokemon card, you legit signed up for exposure and reality TV as well. So your concerns in this moment are invalid in my mind. You both did the same thing and you just had a really happy outcome. So no matter how you put it, Amelia and Bennett are kind of on the same wavelength when it comes to living their life. And Bennett's concerns, come on Bennett, really? You thought that you were married and you wanted to find the love of your life making less than $15,000 a year? How are you ever going to support a family? How? Tell me. What woman would marry someone making less than $15,000 a year? Anywho, that's all I have for you today. I do believe that Karen and Miles like each other, but they just aren't a good match. I also think that there's been a lot of editing because I think Miles gave Karen a kiss when she left the apartment and they edited that part out to make us think that, he didn't. But if a kiss was done, it was initiated by Miles and not Karen. But, please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. I really want to get to 1,000 plus. I want to get my opinions out there. So I appreciate everyone who has joined thus far. And have a great afternoon, evening. And editing is hard.